So, hi guys, welcome to the video. Welcome to episode 2 of the Quest to Compete. That's what I ended up deciding to call it, just because I've not seen anyone else call a prep series that. So hopefully people like the name. Yeah, so episode 2, hope you like the first one. Please like this one if you do like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the video actually going through my monthly Protein Works delivery. So every month I get a certain amount of points into my account to then make an order of the things that I want, and generally every month it is the exact same or very, very similar. So I'll run through what I've got. If you want to grab anything, the link is in the description below, and a code that you can use to get some discount. So this is what I get as like a literally just every month kind of basic. So creatine monohydrate, so 5 grams of that a day, taken any time. The timing's irrelevant, just don't forget to take it. And I'd recommend that literally everyone takes that. 100% would recommend that. It's a very, very well researched supplement. Next one is the whey protein 80. So I get that in strawberry and white chocolate flavour, which is actually really, really nice. I have that in my smoothie, so that's my second meal on a training day and a non-training day. That's the protein that I have in with the smoothie, which is actually really, really good. Then I've got the ultra carb. So this is my intra-workout carb source, which is a really good carb source. Mixes in nicely with my intra-workout EAAs and really easy to digest. At the minute I'm on 100 gram of carbs intra-workout. So my intra-workout is 100 grams of the ultra carb, or 115 grams, which equates to 100 grams of carbs. And then a sort of 3 grams worth, leucine worth of intra-EAA. So it ends up being, what is it, 480 calories, which is just through liquid, which I have intra-workout, which you would just have as like water. I have water as well, but it's dead easy calories to get in. If you are, on a high amount of calories in the gaining phase, trying to get calories in, try out something like an intra-workout carb source. Really, really helps. Omega-3s, so I have 2 of these every morning. So I've just stocked up on these, 90 tablets in those. So those will last me a good amount of time. Probably won't have to order those for the next couple of months. And then the bubble wrapped peanut butter. You must keep the bubble wrap on as well. It's anabolic bubble wrap is that one. So yeah, that's everything I get, and let's get into the rest of the video. So I'm going to quickly take you through how I make my pre-workout, my ground rice meal. So basically what I'll do is every 4 or so days we'll grind up 500 grams of rice, which then sort of with what sticks to the basically the smoothie maker, what would you call this?
Watch how delicately he places the oh God, what's it called again? Sorry.
The bowl.
Bowl.
The bowl.
Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Bowl.
The bowl.
Bowl. Bowl.
Bowl.
Bowl.
Bowl, yeah.
Bowl. Shit, can we do it one more time? Sorry.
The container. What sticks to the container is probably 20 grams or so. So that leaves me with 4 servings of 120 grams. So I blend 500 grams for 4 servings. So literally I use this big bowl just because, I don't know why, I guess it makes me think I'm more of a bodybuilder because I use a plastic bowl. So yeah, that's why, that's my rationale behind the big bowl. So 120 grams, so that's 122, but that was the remainder. And then in terms of water, this is going to be dependent on how much you want to put in, dependent on how high you want to volumize it. I generally go for about 250 to 300 ml of water, so not a lot at all, because obviously the amount of food that I'm on at the minute, I don't want to volumize it massively, so I just want a nice sort of small amount. If I can make 120 grams of rice or ground rice into sort of that much amount of volume in my bowl, then I will do on the amount of calories I'm on. If I was in prep and I was having oats or potentially still rice, vice versa, I'd want more volume, so I'd add a lot more water. Whisk it up. This whisk is actually the most important part of the process. If you use a normal fork, it just won't work. You physically cannot. You have to use the whisk. So you have to go out and buy one today, 100%, otherwise it just won't work. You can't even, it won't stir. You have to use the whisk. So it's a must. So yeah, whisk it up, and then in the microwave I put it in for 2 minutes on the first round, and then take it out 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds, just keep stirring it. 30 seconds in, take it out, stir it, 30 seconds in. It's really not that hard, okay? So if you keep asking me on Instagram, then please watch this video, because it's really not that difficult. Okay, so while the rice is in the microwave, as it is now, I'll make the whey part up. So I'm using the Rule 1 whey at the minute, the chocolate fudge flavour, which is very, very good. Mixes nicely and fits in with the rice pretty well. So for me at the minute, I'm on 45 grams of this as a serving within this meal. Again, the quantity will be dependent on your caloric intake and your targets. So what you want to do is get a little mug, or potentially you could use a little bowl. I just like a little mug. 45 grams in there, or whatever your sort of serving will be, and then literally add like the tiniest bit of water at a time. If you just pop the tap on and add loads in, it'll be far too much. It'll end up making it too watery. You want to try and make it into like a nice smooth paste. So I literally add tiny bits of water at a time, stir it around with a spoon until it's like the perfect consistency, which I'll show you in a second. So that's kind of how I like it. That's a tiny bit runny, but that's okay. That'll do, that'll be nice. So then once you've got the rice to the desired consistency, which for me is about that, sort of quite nice and sticky, and like I say, nice and low volume, all you need to do is pour on the whey paste, like so. And then you just got to choose which toppings that you want on top. So for me at the minute, I'll have banana, sprinkles, and then a piece of dark chocolate. The main reason for the dark chocolate is just to add a little bit more fats to the meal, so that the carbs digest a little bit slower. Just so that, you know, I won't, on the amount of food that I'm on, I'm not going to be going hypoglycemic at all when I train, but potentially when you are in like the depth of prep, you could go hypoglycemic when you go train. So basically go into your session and your blood sugar levels drop because you've obviously digested the carbohydrates very, very quickly, especially when you're on very low calories and you've been dieting for a long time. That can happen. Obviously the amount of food that I'm on, it's not really needed, the dark chocolate, but it adds to the taste, and generally it'll be sort of a habit to get into as I do go into prep as well. So I'll finish that up, show you what it looks like, and then I'll get it down me. So there it is, the final product. I'm also having like a Christmas chocolate in every rice at the minute as well, because Shannon's doing like a nice little advent calendar for me, and just because, you know, because Christmas. So yeah, that's the pre, that's how it should look. So if you ask me again, I will direct you to this video. Okay guys, so this week I was lucky enough to train with AJ. So I travelled up to Ultraflex Rotherham where he trains, very, very good gym, would definitely recommend it if you've not been there. And we hit pull, which was awesome. So AJ is my coach, so it was good for him to obviously see me, see how I'm training, see how I'm looking, and obviously just for us to have a catch up as well. So it was really good actually. So we started on I believe this one is Atlantis, so it's an Atlantis T-bar, pronated grip, so pronated being overhand. We're trying to sort of target a little bit more upper back with the grip that we're having here. Main focus is to basically drive your elbows past your torso, okay? So try and keep your chest up against the pad as best as you can, and drive your elbows past that point, okay? Really, really good move, that one, and takes away any lower back loading. We then hit deadlift, so I'm going to leave mine and AJ's sets on for you to just watch. I'll put them on now.
Come on, let's go! Yes, good! Yes, come on! Good, keep everything tight, come on! Good! Big eccentric! Good, lovely, big one, come on! Last one! Yep. Nice. Good set. Lovely.
Let's go. Big set. Come on, mate. Let's get it. Come on. Let's go. Up. Yeah, easy. Come on. Let's go, mate. Get in the set. Come on. Yes. Easy. Come on. Go again. Up. Come on, mate. Come on. Again. Let's go. Come on, AJ. Brace hard. Get up. Come on. Go again. Come on. Brace hard. Let's go. Let's go, mate. Come on. Get up. Yeah, good. Finish it, mate. Finish it. Next. Okay, then we went into a single arm prime plate loaded row, which was very nice. The top set, it took me a little bit of a while to actually get set. So on this particular one that I got filmed, I wasn't really set right. I was set a little bit low, so my elbow was a little bit higher than I wanted it to be. Ideally, I'm trying to drive it almost like down and round the base of my spine, more so towards the hip, and to really hit that lat and really shorten the lat. But it felt great, especially in the back off set. The top set didn't feel as good, but a good connection, especially on the back off. Like I say, try on any of your rows, try and forget your hand. Imagine just leading through that elbow, just dragging the elbow sort of down and around the base of my spine. Never think about your hand on any rows. I'll always think about my elbows. Then we went on to a prime high wide row, so again targeting a little bit more upper back after we've hit more lat on the single arm row. So with this one, cues are literally, again, keep your chest nice and high, drive your elbows back past the point of your torso, trying to keep the elbows, like I say, flared a little bit higher to target more mid upper back. So as you can see here, I'm not letting the elbows drop, I'm trying to sort of keep them in line with the mid upper back. Again, very good move. The first part of this machine, sort of the lengthened range, is stupidly strong, so it's loaded heavily in that range. As you can see with the plates, it's loaded on one pin. So with a lot of the kit at Ultraflex, that's what you can do. You can load different portions of the resistance profile to make the resistance profile of the piece of kit match up with the strength curve of the specific musculature, which is awesome. Obviously you don't get that in a lot of gyms. Then we did a cable pullover rest pause, so basically aim for 12 to 15 to hit failure around there. 5 deep breaths, go again to failure. 5 deep breaths, go again to failure. Again, forgetting my hands, just trying to focus on getting a good connection with the lats and just driving and leading through the elbow. Then we did some rear delt work, so on this one, keeping your shoulders forward, just thinking elbows out. And we also did some arms, which I didn't get a chance to film because the camera died. But it was an awesome session, really good to see AJ and to catch up with him. Like I said, good to go over some posing and stuff like that at the end as well. We got a chance to have a chat and go over some posing. And Cuba, so the guy that owns the gym, who's an IFBB pro, actually showed us a couple of tips on our rear lat spread, which was awesome. I posted that photo on Instagram and I was really happy with how that came out. So that was great, and that will hopefully be something that me and AJ can do throughout my prep and his prep next year, is for me to go almost every other week so we can get a good session in and see each other in person and have a chat and catch up with how we're both doing. So I'll run through my check-in from this week and then that'll be the end of the video. So in terms of how I'm looking in comparison to last week, to be fair, I feel like I look better. Weight wise, I'm still hovering around 197. I did have a high weigh-in this morning, so this is the day that the video will go out. That's just because I ate a lot of my food late last night, so I fell asleep last night after going to watch my mate play football. So then when I was getting my calories in, it ended up being later in the evening. So basically the high weigh-in was simply due to a high amount of food volume in the gut and holding more water generally through higher food later in the evening. But yeah, so other than the high weigh-in this morning, I'm hovering around 197. I'm happy with how I'm looking and how I'm feeling. I think I'm a little bit more happy with the shots this week because of a couple of posing changes, obviously things we went over with AJ and with Cuba at Ultraflex. The goal will be to pretty much keep sort of maintaining and gradually, the weight is gradually increasing, so gradually pushing up, but not by just adding food in and adding food in and adding food in for the sake of it. So I'm currently on the same calories and macros that I've been on for ages now, and the weight has been gradually creeping up, almost like ½ pound to a pound a week, which hopefully shows us that tissue is being added. Because condition wise, obviously, from the start of the gaining phase when I started with AJ, obviously condition isn't the same. I'm not as lean, but the condition is still relatively okay. I've not just got fat for the sake of getting fat and pushed weight up for the sake of pushing weight up. Like, I've pushed weight up and my training intensity has increased, my training efficiency has been awesome. So yeah, I'm happy with these shots, happy with how training's going, happy with how, you know, food is and how digestion is, how sleep is, how stress is being managed. Everything at the minute is spot on, and that's where I need to be to make sure that I'm in the best position possible to basically just keep progressing and improving, and then start off dieting next year in the best position possible. So hoping to be just over 200 pounds, I think, consistent averaging 200 pounds, keeping good condition to then diet down from, which, like I said in the last video, will be probably, I'm hoping it won't be late January. I think I'd rather start a little bit later, but obviously AJ's view on it is that it's my first prep and he doesn't know how long it's going to take me to drop the fat, how well it's going to come off, how, you know, it's going to affect me, whether we may need a diet break, whether we may need, you know, different sort of approaches throughout the prep. And the longer the better, to an extent. We'll just have to be, you know, mindful of it and sort of assess when we think I'm at my best and that kind of thing. But obviously that will all come in time. So yeah, I'll leave the video there. Thank you all for watching. Like I said again at the beginning, please like the video, please subscribe, that'd be great. And I will see you all again next Sunday.